It's July 1518. A woman named Proudfield stepped out into the street and suddenly she began to dance. There was no festival, no music. She just sang, danced, and spun around wildly, completely out of control. Just a few weeks later, this strange behavior spread throughout the village like contagious disease. And spread from person to person. Hundreds of people poured into the street, trapped in a frenzied, unending dance. But this was no party, it was a date sentence. Around 400 people danced continuously for days on end. Illiterate with exhausted bodies, the Strasbourg city authorities began to panic. They realized this was an fantastic cult, but a real epidemic. Immediately, the authorities summoned health physicians to find a way to deal with this terrible disease. Ignoring the most of demons or divine punishment, the doctors offered the most scientific diagnosis of the time. The illness was caused by hot blood rising to the brain. Cure they proposed, believe it or not, they claimed that the only way for the patient to recover was to dance until all that hot blood was completely drained. The city authorities immediately splurged. They cleared the house, erected giant wooden stakes right in the middle of the market, and even hired professional musicians to play music day and night to spot the sick. Terribly wrong. The loud thumping music didn't cure anyone. On the contrary, that frenzied atmosphere drew hundreds more healthy citizens into the days of death. The Strasbourg authorities, in their attempt to save people, inevitably create a mass-killing machine. They danced until their bodies crumbled, collapsing and dying from exhaustion, strokes, and heart attacks. The majority of those intensely driven by this illness were women. Terrified witnesses even recorded that as it was more than 10 people died each day from this strange disease. To this day, while hundreds of people danced themselves to death, remain one of history's greatest mysteries. Scientists have put forward two main hypotheses. First hypothesis, they ate bread contaminated with ergot fungus, a fungus containing extremely potent hallucinogenic compounds that cause convulsions and loss of body's control. Second hypothesis, the fear of poverty, disease, and the fervent belief in the curse of Saint Vitus triggered a mass hysteria, causing their brains to break down on their own. But of course, hypotheses will always remain just hypotheses. In your opinion, what is the truth behind this tragedy? On September 1518, the nightmare finally came to an end. Dozens had died from exhaustion and heart attack. The survivors were taken to a shrine to pray. Ergot poisoning or case of mass psychological hysteria